Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a powerful choice we all face: how to respond when we encounter disrespect. In a world that often tests our patience, staying quiet can be one of the most courageous decisions we make. It's not about weakness, it's about strength, wisdom, and control. Understand that responding to disrespect often diminishes your own value. Choose to maintain your dignity instead. In the face of provocation, silence can speak volumes. It shows that you won't be easily rattled. Sometimes the best way to deal with negativity is to think before you speak. Choose your battles wisely. When disrespected, your emotions may urge you to react. Staying quiet allows you to regain your composure and respond thoughtfully. Remember that a moment of silence can lead to a more constructive outcome in the future. The immediate reaction is often fleeting, but the impact of your response lasts. By choosing to stay quiet, you set a standard for how to handle conflict with grace. Others may follow your lead. Use the time you would have spent reacting to reflect on the situation and learn from it. Growth often comes from adversity. Staying quiet often leads to personal peace. You can let go of anger and resentment, allowing you to move forward unburdened. Disrespect says more about the other person than it does about you. Recognizing your value allows you to rise above negativity. Ultimately, the choice to remain silent in the face of disrespect is empowering. It places you in control of your narrative and your emotions. When faced with disrespect, the instinct to react can be powerful. But let's take a moment to think about what that reaction really achieves. In those heated moments, it's easy to let anger cloud our judgment, to feel compelled to defend ourselves, to retaliate with words that might not reflect our true selves. Yet choosing self-respect over that immediate reaction is what truly elevates us. Imagine this: every time you respond with anger or aggression, you give away a piece of your power. You allow the disrespectful actions of others to dictate your emotional state. But when you take a step back and maintain your composure, you assert your strength. You remind yourself and everyone around you that your worth isn't determined by someone else's inability to show respect. Staying calm and collected in the face of disrespect sends a clear message. It demonstrates that you are grounded, that you have control over your emotions, and that you value yourself too much to stoop to someone else's level. It's about embodying resilience and poise. When you respond with self-respect, you not only protect your own dignity, but also create space for a more thoughtful and meaningful response later on. In that silence, you find clarity. You can assess the situation, understand the motivations behind the disrespect, and decide on a response that aligns with your values rather than reacting out of hurt or frustration. It's a powerful choice, one that speaks to your character. So the next time you're confronted with disrespect, remember that your reaction reflects who you are. Choose self-respect, hold your head high. It's in that moment of quiet strength that you truly show what you're made of. In a world that often thrives on noise and conflict, embracing silence can be one of the most powerful tools at our disposal. When faced with disrespect, we might feel the urge to lash out, to fill the space with words fueled by anger or frustration. But there's immense strength in choosing to remain silent. It's not about being passive. It's about harnessing your inner power and asserting control over the situation. Silence has a way of shifting the dynamics in any interaction. When you refuse to engage in a petty back and forth, you're sending a message that you won't be dragged down into the chaos. You stand firm, allowing your silence to become a shield, protecting your peace and your dignity. In those moments, your composure becomes your loudest statement. It shows that you are secure enough in yourself not to need validation through confrontation. Think about it: while others might be caught up in the heat of the moment, reacting impulsively, your silence offers clarity. It gives you the opportunity to assess the situation, to understand what's truly happening. This quiet strength allows you to rise above the fray, and it can even disarm those who seek to provoke you. They may not know how to respond to your calmness, which often leaves them at a loss. By choosing silence, you create an environment where respect can be reestablished on your terms. It's a form of self-assertion, showing that you refuse to let negativity dictate your actions. In a way, it's a powerful form of self-expression, one that prioritizes your peace over petty disputes. So the next time you're faced with disrespect, remember that silence isn't weakness, it's a choice. It's a stance of strength that can transform the moment, allowing you to maintain control and emerge with your dignity intact. In the end, your silence can resonate louder than any words ever could, leaving an impact that lasts far beyond the immediate confrontation. In the heat of the moment, when disrespect rears its head, it's easy to let emotions take over. But a strategic response can change the entire game. Instead of rushing to react, take a breath and assess the situation. Consider what you want to achieve. Is it validation? Is it peace? By choosing a more thoughtful approach, you can reclaim your power. A strategic response means looking beyond the immediate conflict. It's about recognizing that words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. You have the opportunity to turn the tables, to shift the focus from the disrespectful act to a more constructive dialogue. This doesn't mean you're being passive, it means you're being intelligent. You're choosing to engage only when it aligns with your values and goals. When you respond strategically, you demonstrate emotional intelligence. You show that you can rise above the noise and see the bigger picture. Maybe you decide to address the issue later, when emotions have cooled, or perhaps you choose to walk away entirely, allowing the moment to pass. This isn't about avoidance, it's about knowing when to engage and when to stand firm in silence. By crafting your response with intention, you also protect your energy. You save your strength for the battles that matter, the conversations that can lead to growth and understanding. Every moment spent reacting out of anger is a moment lost. Instead, use your time wisely, focusing on responses that elevate you rather than dragging you down. So the next time you're faced with disrespect, remember that a strategic response is your ally. It's your opportunity to reclaim the narrative and control the direction of the conversation. In those moments of choice, you set the stage for a future that reflects your values, allowing you to walk away not just intact but empowered. When confronted with disrespect, it's all too easy to let emotions take the wheel. Anger flares, frustration rises, and before you know it, you're reacting without thinking. But let me tell you something important. Emotional control is a mark of true strength. It's about mastering your feelings rather than letting them master you. In those moments when tensions are high, taking a step back is crucial. It's not about suppressing your emotions, it's about acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. Recognize that anger can cloud your judgment. When you respond impulsively, you risk saying things you don't mean or escalating the conflict further. Instead, pause. Breathe. Give yourself that moment to regain your composure. Emotional control allows you to respond thoughtfully. It's about choosing your words carefully and focusing on how you want to present yourself. When you maintain your calm, you not only protect your dignity but also gain clarity. You can assess the situation with a clear mind, understanding the underlying motivations of the other person. This perspective can transform a heated confrontation into an opportunity for dialogue or resolution. Moreover, when you demonstrate emotional control, you set an example for others. You show that it's possible to engage without resorting to anger or hostility. This can often disarm the other person, leaving them unsure of how to respond to your calmness. In a world filled with reactions and impulsivity, your ability to stay grounded becomes a powerful statement. Remember, controlling your emotions doesn't mean you're indifferent. It means you value yourself too much to get caught up in negativity. You can express your feelings firmly but respectfully, showing that you won't tolerate disrespect while still standing strong in your own integrity. So the next time you face a challenge, remember that emotional control is your ally. It empowers you to navigate conflicts with grace and poise, allowing you to walk away with your head held high, knowing that you responded with strength and wisdom. When faced with disrespect, it's easy to get caught up in the moment. Emotions run high, and the urge to retaliate can feel overwhelming. But let's take a moment to think beyond the immediate situation and embrace a long-term perspective. This is where true wisdom comes into play. In the heat of the moment, it can be tempting to respond impulsively, but those quick reactions often lead to regrets down the line. By considering the long-term implications of your response, you shift your focus from momentary satisfaction to enduring respect. Every interaction is part of a bigger picture, and how you choose to respond can shape your relationships and reputation for years to come. Think about it. When you engage thoughtfully rather than reactively, you lay the groundwork for healthier interactions in the future. You send a message that you value respect and are willing to stand firm in your principles. This approach encourages others to treat you with the same respect you demonstrate. It cultivates an environment where constructive dialogue can flourish instead of breeding resentment and hostility. Moreover, when you adopt a long-term perspective, you empower yourself to let go of fleeting emotions. Sure, the sting of disrespect may hurt in the moment, but holding on to that pain only weighs you down. By choosing to focus on the bigger picture, you allow yourself to move forward without being anchored by past grievances. This frees you to invest your energy in relationships and opportunities that uplift you. And remember, time has a way of revealing the truth. Often, the disrespectful words or actions of others fade into the background while your dignity and grace stand the test of time. By handling challenges with maturity and poise, you position yourself as a person of integrity. In the long run, it's that reputation that truly matters. So the next time you encounter disrespect, take a step back and think long-term. Consider how your response will echo beyond that moment. Choosing to act with intention and foresight not only protects your peace, but also shapes a future where respect reigns and your character shines bright. In moments of disrespect, the way you respond sets a powerful example for those around you. It's easy to get swept up in anger, to match negativity with negativity with negativity. But when you choose to rise above, you're not just protecting yourself, you're paving the way for others to follow suit. Every time you handle a disrespectful situation with grace and dignity, you send a clear message: you refuse to engage in a cycle of hostility. You're showing that respect isn't just given, it's earned through your actions. By maintaining your composure, you demonstrate the strength it takes to stay true to your values, no matter the provocation. Think about the impact of your behavior on others. People are always watching, often looking for guidance on how to navigate their own challenges. When they see you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, it encourages them to adopt a similar approach. You become a role model, inspiring those around you to handle conflict with maturity rather than aggression. Setting an example isn't just about how you respond in the moment, it's about cultivating a culture of respect. Your actions ripple out, influencing not only your immediate circle, but also the broader environment. By choosing to rise above disrespect, you create a space where others feel empowered to do the same, fostering relationships built on understanding rather than animosity. This approach doesn't mean you have to accept disrespect, rather, it's about choosing how you respond. You can firmly stand your ground while still embodying respect and composure. This balance sends a powerful message: you value yourself too much to engage in conflict that serves no purpose. So the next time you're faced with disrespect, remember that your response can shape the attitudes and behaviors of those around you. You have the opportunity to set an example that resonates long after the moment has passed. By demonstrating grace in the face of adversity, you inspire others to handle their own challenges with the same strength and dignity. In doing so, you contribute to a culture where respect prevails and everyone can thrive. In the face of disrespect, it's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, allowing anger and frustration to dictate our reactions. But what if, instead, we use those moments as opportunities for reflection and growth? This shift in perspective can be transformative. When you encounter disrespect, take a step back and breathe. Allow yourself the space to process what just happened. This is where the real power lies. Instead of reacting impulsively, reflect on the situation. What triggered the disrespect? How did it make you feel? What could you learn from it? This isn't about dwelling on negativity, it's about mining those experiences for insight that can help you grow stronger. Each moment of conflict is a chance to understand yourself better. You begin to recognize your triggers, your emotional responses, and the areas where you want to develop resilience. This self-awareness is a crucial part of personal growth. It enables you to navigate future challenges with greater ease and confidence. You learn that while you can't control others' actions, you can control how you respond, and that's empowering. Moreover, reflecting on these moments allows you to identify patterns in your interactions. You may discover that certain environments or people tend to provoke these feelings of disrespect. By recognizing these patterns, you can make more informed decisions about how to engage or disengage, ultimately creating healthier boundaries for yourself. Growth often comes from discomfort. Those challenging moments push us to evaluate our values and our responses. They invite us to rise above, to seek understanding instead of retaliation. Embracing this mindset transforms conflicts into valuable lessons. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you start viewing them as stepping stones on your journey. So the next time you're confronted with disrespect, remember to pause and reflect. Use that moment to fuel your growth. Learn from the experience, recognize your strengths, and become more aware of how you want to respond in the future. This practice not only builds resilience, but also enriches your character, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. In the end, it's not just about how you handle the disrespect, it's about how you emerge from it, stronger and more self-aware than before. When disrespect comes knocking at your door, it's tempting to let anger take charge, to engage in conflict that ultimately leads nowhere. But in those critical moments, choosing peace can be the most powerful decision you make. It's not about ignoring the issue or being a doormat, it's about prioritizing your own well-being and maintaining your inner calm. Choosing peace means recognizing that your mental and emotional health are worth protecting. Instead of diving headfirst into a confrontation, you take a step back and assess the situation. This choice reflects strength and maturity. You understand that engaging in a back and forth often escalates tensions and clouds your judgment. By choosing to remain calm, you create a space where rational thought can prevail. This doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. Instead, it means you're wise enough to know that peace fosters better outcomes. When you respond with grace rather than aggression, you not only safeguard your own peace, but also set an example for those around you. You show that conflict doesn't have to dictate your emotions or your actions. Choosing peace also allows you to focus on what truly matters. It frees you from the weight of negativity, enabling you to direct your energy toward things that uplift you. Instead of being consumed by anger, you can channel that energy into personal growth, creative pursuits, or nurturing your relationships. Moreover, this choice cultivates resilience. By standing firm in your commitment to peace, you learn to navigate life's challenges with a clear mind and an open heart. You develop the ability to rise above pettiness, understanding that true strength lies in maintaining your composure amidst chaos. So when faced with disrespect, remember that choosing peace is a deliberate act of strength. It empowers you to respond thoughtfully and fosters an environment where respect can flourish. You have the power to shape your reality, turning moments of conflict into opportunities for understanding and connection. In the end, it's about protecting your peace and rising above, showing the world that your inner calm is a force to be reckoned with. In moments of disrespect, it's crucial to remember one fundamental truth: you know your worth. Too often, we allow the opinions and actions of others to dictate how we feel about ourselves. When someone disrespects you, it's not a reflection of your value, it's a reflection of their character. Understanding this can empower you to stand tall and respond with confidence. Knowing your worth means recognizing the unique qualities and strengths that define you. It's about understanding that you are deserving of respect and kindness, regardless of how others choose to act. When you internalize this truth, you become less susceptible to the negativity around you. Disrespect may sting in the moment, but it can't undermine your sense of self unless you let it. When you operate from a place of self-worth, you set boundaries that protect your dignity. You refuse to engage in situations that compromise who you are. You understand that engaging with disrespect only diminishes your value. Instead, you choose to walk away or address the situation with grace, knowing that you have the power to define how you're treated. This awareness also fosters resilience. When you know your worth, you bounce back more quickly from setbacks. You realize that a moment of disrespect doesn't determine your future or your potential. You're not defined by how others see you, you're defined by how you see yourself. This self-acceptance is a shield against the negativity that life can throw your way. Moreover, knowing your worth inspires you to seek out environments and relationships that affirm your value. You start surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who recognize your strengths and treat you with the respect you deserve. This shift not only enhances your life, but also reinforces your sense of worthiness. So the next time you're confronted with disrespect, remember to stand firm in your value. Let your sense of worth guide your response. You have the power to choose how you react, and in that choice lies your strength. By recognizing your worth, you take control of your narrative, transforming moments of conflict into opportunities for self-affirmation and growth. Ultimately, knowing your worth allows you to navigate the world with confidence and integrity, standing tall in the face of adversity. In a world where reactions are often swift and emotional, there's immense power in restraint. When faced with disrespect, the instinct might be to lash out, to retaliate with equal force. But choosing to hold back can be one of the most empowering decisions you can make. It's not about suppressing your feelings, it's about channeling them wisely. Empowerment through restraint means understanding that true strength lies not in how loudly you respond, but in how calmly you choose to react. When you resist the urge to fire back, you take control of the situation instead of letting it control you. This ability to pause and reflect demonstrates a maturity that speaks volumes about your character. It shows that you're grounded enough to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. By exercising restraint, you also give yourself the gift of clarity. In those heated moments, emotions can cloud your judgment, making it hard to see the bigger picture. But when you choose to step back, you create space to assess what's really happening. You can evaluate your options and decide on a course of action that aligns with your values rather than one driven by anger or hurt. This kind of empowerment fosters respect, not just from others, but from within yourself. When you respond with restraint, you uphold your dignity. You demonstrate that you value your peace and self-respect more than a fleeting victory in a verbal exchange. This commitment to your own integrity sends a powerful message to those around you, teaching them that handling conflict with grace is far more impactful than engaging in negativity. Moreover, restraint can often diffuse tension. When you refuse to engage in a cycle of hostility, you can shift the dynamics of the interaction. It may disarm the other person, forcing them to reconsider their approach. In that moment of calm, you create an opportunity for constructive dialogue, turning what could have been a destructive confrontation into a chance for understanding. So when faced with disrespect, remember that empowerment through restraint is a choice within your control. It's an opportunity to rise above the fray, to show that your strength is measured not by how you react, but by how you choose to respond. In that choice lies a profound power, one that allows you to navigate life's challenges with poise and integrity, transforming moments of conflict into opportunities for growth and understanding.